All right, next we're joined by Lolita Allgyer. Lolita is the content strategist at Praxis. And Praxis, many of you may have already heard of. Praxis runs a 12-month training program. What they do is that they take young adults and they take them and train them to work for software firms, particularly established startups and middle-sized companies. And they do a 6-month boot camp and then a 6-month apprenticeship. And these students are able to leave the program completely debt-free and work at really high-impact technology positions. And so Lolita is here to explain the impact that Praxis has had and a little bit about what they've discovered since they've started.
Hey, thank you for having me on. One of the main distinctions that I want to make is that we are for those entry-level roles in the non-tech roles at tech startups. And what I'm talking about is, you can go to any coding boot camp to get that coding knowledge. If you want to be a software engineer, if you want to do any of that, there's a lot of places to get that. But what Praxis does is we help young people land highly leverageable jobs at startups in positions that a lot of people don't think about whenever you're thinking about technology and that kind of world. And I'm talking about roles like sales, marketing, customer service, operations. Those are roles that every company needs someone in, especially when they're really growing fast, especially when you're looking to expand your business. But it's not something you think about at a tech startup. You think about the engineers. But these are actually one of the best ways to get started in your career, because if you have sales skills or marketing skills, those are easily transitioned into any new role that you want as you take on your career. So we're not a coding boot camp, but we are specializing in those non-tech roles at tech startups. Lets you get an opportunity to really get your foot in the door in the world of innovation and also just make your mark on the world and really launch your career.
Great. And so tell us a little bit about how old Praxis is, how long it's been in place, and sort of the background.
Yeah, it started about 6 years ago by Isaac Morehouse in 2013. Many of you probably know who he is. Lots of great talks. If you look up Isaac Morehouse, he kind of talks about the philosophy behind Praxis, why he believes college is dead, and what the philosophy behind this company is and everything that we believe in. Our main goal is to help people discover and do what makes them come alive, and freedom is a huge concept in that. We want to break free of the mold of the credentialized system. People think that, there's one way to get a job. You graduate high school, you go to college, you find something that, you enjoy, maybe or maybe not. You go into that, finish college, throw out your resume at a bunch of jobs, and that's how you get a great job. Well, that's not true in today's world, and we're here to show that there is another way. We're here to help young people find that other way. So over the past couple years, we've helped close to 300 people launch their careers. There are a lot of people still going through the boot camp. We have right now classes of 10 to 20 participants starting every month that we work through this boot camp and apprenticeship. And it's just been quite the ride. It's been amazing to watch all of these people land jobs and then graduate saying, wow, I can do anything I want. I can land any job I want. I know that I have this ability now that you've given me this opportunity.
Great. And so tell us about what kind of companies and maybe even specific companies that your apprentices end up working at.
Yeah, this is a great question. So the main thing to remember is that we focus on high growth companies. And I'm talking about somewhere that is growing fast enough that you can see a direct impact that you're having on the company. We're not looking for this corporate structure that is really in place that you can't have much impact on. And we're also looking for somewhere that is established enough that you can have mentors and grow very quickly in that area. So it's kind of like that mid-level startup size, about 15 to 1,000 employees. Great size company. One example of this company is PandaDoc. They create documents, online documents for sales teams. Incredible product, incredible company, the way it's run. They have done amazing things with Praxis apprentices. I think they have hired somewhere up to 12 to 15 apprentices who have then, many of them have stayed on because they love the company so much. They enjoy working with the team, they enjoy the product. That's just one example of a really great company that we partner with.
Gotcha. And so how does the boot camp get paid for? And then how is it different from the college model?
I gotcha. Those are two like probably separate questions, but I've definitely tried to kind of pull them together into one. So here's the thing. With college, you are putting out thousands and thousands of dollars for an education that, number one, you may or may not use. A lot of young people, at 18, 19 years old, really don't know exactly what they want. They're just going because, they think they're supposed to. They're going into something that they may or may not enjoy in 4 years. They really don't know. That's a pretty huge bet that you're making that, the college experience that you're having will, fuel your career with what you want. The difference with Praxis is that we're giving you skills that you can use for pretty much any job that you want later on. Regardless of what it is, it's only 1 year, and these are actionable things that you can take later on. You're also getting 6 months of work experience to boot, and that's highly valuable in today's world. You're seeing a lot of entry-level jobs ask for 3 to 5 years of experience, and every Praxis participant is getting this highly marketable tool, which is experience in this case. So I would say that's the main difference between Praxis and college, in that you're actually getting very specific actionable tools that you can take on to other careers. How you pay for the program? Well, the program is $12,000. So definitely it's an investment. We're not going to be sorry about that. That is something that, if you're ready to go through with it, this is something that you're ready to invest your life in. But keep in mind that every Praxis participant during the 6-month apprenticeship will make a base minimum of $14,400, so that by the time you graduate the Praxis program, it's set up to be debt-free. You're graduating with no debt, you're graduating with 6 months of work experience, and also 96% of our grads get full-time job offers at the company that they're starting, that they've worked at. So not only are you, debt-free, you've got experience, but you also have a job offer in your pocket most of the time. And those first job offers average about $50,000 a piece.
Which is on track with what most colleges claim, right?
Correct. That's pretty much the average starting salary. It's just that Praxis participants are making that in 1 year instead of after 4, and they don't have massive debt to pay off.
Right. And so I'm guessing you don't need a 4-year degree to work at Praxis?
No, you definitely don't. I would say our team is split pretty well between people who have actually gone to college and people who haven't, which makes for a very interesting dynamic. It's definitely a very fun team, because if everyone had to have a 4-year degree, that would be kind of completely against our philosophy. But at the same time, having some people that have had degrees really gives us a variety of experience levels and kind of, different people that feel different. But we're all united in one philosophy, and that's helping people discover and do what makes them come alive.
Now, I've seen reports that a lot of major companies are dropping the 4-year degree requirement. Are you guys seeing that?
We are seeing that a lot. And the funny thing is that even companies that say 4-year degree required, that's kind of just a base level for trying to see if people are actually ready to do the job. You got to have some kind of signal that lets you know, is this person dependable? Can they actually come to work on time? Can they finish something that they've started? The degree for a long time has been used at that signal, but any signal is only valuable if there is nothing better to replace it. And today, with the internet, with the fact that you can easily show your work in other ways, there's so many more stronger signals than a degree. And what we're helping participants realize is that you can become your own signal. You are the one that has control over that by building your personal brand, by showing your projects online, and by showing businesses very actively why you want to work with them, how you're going to work with them, what value you're actually going to create. You have a much stronger signal than a degree could ever have. And we've seen participants over and over and over again bypass this degree qualification. But yes, we are also seeing that a lot of companies are dropping that requirement. And in place, you're seeing an experience requirement come in, just because I think businesses realize that it's a lot more influential if you have experience, if you have like an actual foundation for the things that you're learning. And so that it's a very fun process to be a part of.
Yeah, so tell me also, like, just on a personal note, how did you end up getting involved?
So I applied to Praxis at 17 years old, found about it let's see, I think it was through a Facebook ad, to be honest. I was homeschooled for most of my high school experience, did a lot of side projects. The thing I loved most about homeschooling was the fact that I could completely control my education. If I wanted to dive into psychology for 3 months, I could dive into psychology for 3 months and get lost in it. And that's exactly what I did. When I was getting ready to graduate, I knew that I didn't want to go to college unless I had something very specific that I wanted to do. And at the time, all I wanted was to gain a wide range of experience and to learn as much as possible in as short of a time as possible. I didn't see college as being the route to do that, and didn't actually realize that there was a program like Praxis available, to be honest. I thought I was the only person that was really thinking like that. So when I found Praxis, I knew that was exactly what I wanted to do. I applied, got accepted, and started the boot camp. And around the time that it got close for me to start my apprenticeship, Isaac Morehouse, the founder of Praxis, reached out to me and he said, "Hey, I know you're focused on a sales role throughout this program, but we do have a marketing role open here at Praxis. So if you would like, you can just come join our team kind of for your apprenticeship instead of like going through a normal apprenticeship at another business partner." I still had the choice, of course, to go through and do another business partner, but like any Praxis participant would, I definitely took the job offer because I'm very passionate about the program. I'm passionate about the philosophy behind it, and I recognized a huge opportunity in being able to work with the people that actually started the program like this. So at this point, I've been here for about a year and a half, getting really close to a year and a half, and every moment has been so fulfilling. It's been amazing. Get to watch young people every single day say, "I love my job. I love this career that I've started. I just did this new cool project." And it's just absolutely amazing because stories like this come every day, and you know that you're making a specific impact on young people's lives.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So you applied, like finishing high school, did the boot camp, and then Isaac Morehouse says, "Hey, why don't you stick around?"
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So what else would you want to leave us with in terms of, one of the things we talk about is policy on We Do Better. Sometimes we will. Sometimes we get into the impact of different charities and nonprofits and organizations and whatnot. Do you think that this is a model that's catching on?
So, yes, I think that this is going to be something that you'll see a lot more of. I think that the world is really changing. People are realizing that because there's so much information available and it is all over on the internet, what we're finding is that groups of people who have the same very similar niche interests are kind of coming together and building their own platforms for studying those interests on or whatever. I think that that's going to be a big thing that we'll see a lot more of this. For example, Praxis is a very niche kind of boot camp where young people can learn to build skills, work in tech startups, and work specifically in non-tech roles. There's a lot of career fields outside of that. There's a lot of different areas for growth that other companies and other businesses or nonprofits even can be filling, a need in the market. And I think that that's going to come around. The ultimate thing for me to see in education would be for there to be so many groups of people with specific interests that, if you're interested in economics, you just have this one group of economics that you are very tied into, that you're studying together, that you're learning from the experts, and then the experts actually will have people that are interested in the subject matter, that they're teaching. I think that would be the ultimate goal for people to freely be able to, come back and forth and be educated as they please, online, wherever that would be. I think that would be amazing to see.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much for being on, Lolita, and tell us more about how we can find you and how to contact Praxis.
That sounds good. We are at Discover Praxis on pretty much every social media platform, and our website is discoverpraxis.com. Currently, we're offering a scholarship for homeschool students. If you are a homeschool student or if you are a self-educator in general, just go to discoverpraxis.com/homeschool, and we've got that scholarship out that you can definitely feel free to check out. It basically means that one homeschooler is going to get a full ride scholarship to Praxis because we believe in you and we believe in self-education. So definitely an offer that's not worth passing up. I have a website, LolitaAllgyer.com. I will say I'm not quite as active there as I used to be, but you can check